In the first quarter of 2026, something shifted in Dubai. Family offices began reviewing their exposure. Some investors who had relocated in recent years started asking whether they had made the right call. This wasn't supposed to happen because Dubai was designed deliberately over 50 years to avoid exactly this scenario. The reason wasn't a financial crisis. There was no banking failure, no regulatory breakdown. The reason was geography. Escalating conflict in the surrounding region introduced a question Dubai had never seriously had to answer. Is this city still a safe place to hold capital? That question is now being asked by some of the largest pools of private wealth in the world. And the answer, over the coming months, will determine one of the most consequential capital allocation decisions of 2026. Does Dubai remain the primary destination for globally mobile wealth? Or are we entering a rebalancing toward Singapore, toward Zurich, toward hubs that have spent years positioning themselves as alternatives? That is what this video is about. To understand what is now at risk, you need to understand what Dubai built. In 1971, this was a fishing town. No significant oil wealth, no established financial reputation. Over the next 5 decades, it engineered one of the most effective wealth attraction frameworks ever created. 3 pillars: zero income tax, zero capital gains, zero inheritance tax. For a high net worth individual choosing between London and Dubai, that single difference can represent millions every year. Legal structure built for international business. The DIFC, running on English common law, with independent courts and recognizable frameworks. Over 5,000 companies now operate within it. It grew 28% in 2025 alone. And a quality of life designed to retain the people it attracted. Safety, connectivity, an airport linking over 250 destinations. No other city had assembled all 3 at this scale. And until early 2026, the results confirmed it was working. 2025 was the most active year for global wealth migration ever recorded. Approximately 142,000 millionaires relocated internationally. The primary destination was the UAE. A significant portion of that capital came from Britain, where changes to the tax treatment of wealthy foreign residents triggered one of the largest departures of private wealth the country had ever seen. Dubai was the primary destination. The property market reflected the same story. Record transaction volumes, premium prices up 60 to 75% since 2021. The majority of purchases completed in cash, no leverage, no financing dependency. Patient, structural capital from people who had made a real decision about where they wanted to be. That was the picture at the end of 2025. Then the context around Dubai changed, and with it, some of the assumptions that had made those decisions straightforward. Dubai's value to international capital has always rested on a specific promise: neutrality. A city where money from different regions, different political contexts could sit safely alongside each other, undisturbed. Escalating regional conflict in early 2026 put that promise under direct pressure for the first time. Property inquiries dropped sharply. Several family offices began diversifying their operational base, quietly, without announcement, but consistently. And this is where the analysis requires precision, because not everything changed. The legal framework remained in place, the tax structure remained in place, the banking system stayed fully operational. S&P maintained the UAE's sovereign credit rating, a stable without revision. What changed was the perception of physical risk, and for a certain category of investor, particularly those with families based there, that perception can be decisive, regardless of what the data says. That is the tension Dubai is navigating right now, but that's only part of the story. When capital hesitates in one location, it looks for alternatives. In 2026, 2 cities are absorbing a meaningful share of that attention: Singapore and Zurich. They represent very different propositions, and neither is a direct replacement for Dubai. Singapore offers comparable tax efficiency, a highly trusted legal system, and a strong position in Southeast Asia. For family offices managing Asian market exposure, it is increasingly the default. Its regulatory environment is arguably more consistent, and its political neutrality has never been seriously questioned. What Singapore cannot offer is Dubai's centrality across the Gulf, Africa, and South Asia. And its property market, significantly more restricted for foreign buyers, does not provide the same investment access. Zurich operates on a different logic entirely: centuries of political neutrality, institutional banking depth that neither Dubai nor Singapore can match historically. But it is a place to hold wealth, not to run a business from. The operational infrastructure simply isn't comparable. The real question is not which city is better, it's which city serves which function, and whether Dubai can still serve all 3 simultaneously. That is what makes this moment more complicated than the headlines suggest. And this isn't just about Dubai. This is happening happening at the same time global wealth migration is reaching record levels. The question being asked inside the world's largest family offices right now is precise. Is this a temporary disruption, one that Dubai absorbs and emerges from, as it has done before? Or is this the beginning of a structural rebalancing, where Dubai remains significant but no longer dominant, and where Singapore, Zurich, and others begin absorbing a permanently larger share of globally mobile capital? The indicators are genuinely mixed. S&P held the rating, cash buyers did not disappear, but enquiries dropped, sentiment shifted, and the names quietly leaving are not insignificant. What is clear is this: the assumptions that governed capital allocation decisions about Dubai in 2024 and 2025 are no longer the assumptions in place today. Investors who built positions in Dubai's real estate market, relocated operations there, or structured wealth management around a UAE base are now making decisions under a different set of conditions. Some will hold, some will diversify, some will wait. But 2026 is the year those decisions get made, and they will shape the global map of private wealth in ways that will be visible for years. Capital doesn't move randomly. It moves based on shifts like this. And right now, those shifts happening in real time. Subscribe if you want to understand where it's moving before it becomes obvious. Next, we break down the 5 places where private capital is already repositioning, including 2 destinations most investors haven't seriously considered yet.